Well then, welcome to my parlor on Sunday, painting some fancy Space Marines and stuff. Hope you're having a great day. And if you're not, I hope it's getting better now. I'm going to be... Wait. Sorry. I'm going to be sketching a little bit here and fixing this one up a bit. Merge with layer below. I noticed a couple of things like the reds here are not what I want. So we're gonna do that one. Just enjoy some time for an hour or so. Either way, I'm glad that you're here. Hello, how you doing? How is your day? I hope it's good. Doing all right? Good. That is excellent. I'm altering the colors, the lighting a little bit because I realized that I had fudged it up a little bit. We don't want that one. No fudging. Sore from doing some plumbing work on Friday. Huh. Excuse me. I'm not gonna tell you what I did on Friday and Saturday. Yeah. No, it wasn't plumbing work. But since I work at a container park, well, I have different container parks as like an interim thingy. It was interesting. Number one, it's a lot of walking in shoes that I still need to walk in. I think the first time I worked, I know for sure that I walked 16,000 steps because one of my colleagues, at least 16,000. One of my colleagues who actually walked less than I did that day has a step counter on his phone, and he had stepped 16,000 steps. On Thursday we had immense heat in Belgium. It was really bad. I think it was, well, let me put it like this. It was somewhere around 85 degrees Fahrenheit, I think. But we get warmer, later in the summer. Not super much warmer, but we get warmer later in the summer. But it was the warmest we've had since they started measuring in this month. But I did substantially less walking then. But yesterday was heavy, and on top of that one, I had to. We have like big fuck off containers that they throw things in, which makes sense because we. I don't know how this one works in the US, but we have like our garbage heaps aren't garbage heaps anymore. They're literally separated quite a lot. Not as bad as Japan, but it's quite a lot. So we have, for instance, we have stone containers for stone rubble, and those ones I had to fix. So that was digging stone chunks for, it was a good hour, I think I did, on top of all of the walking. So yeah, it's been a while. It's been a bit. Yeah, I got to relax a bit today. That's true. I did get to relax some today, which is nice. I I sat in front of the computer preparing for this one earlier today for a while, and I was thinking, it's bad. It's not bad. I had pains in my back yesterday evening, so I was like, yeah, no, it's gonna be horrible the next day. But this morning or earlier today, I was thinking, no, it's not that bad. I can do this. This is fine. Everything is fine. And then I got up out of the chair that I'm sitting in now, and my back cracked. And I was like, ow, what the fuck? But yeah. But yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We're all fine. Everything is fine. You managed to tweak your shoulder somehow? Yeah, no, I know that feeling. Jesus. Hopefully not too bad. Sorry, I'm gonna crack your faceplate a little bit here. On this marine. Battle damage. Always battle damage. Just there to give a little bit of some form of effect. Gotta have those effects, man. But yeah, one of the biggest benefits about working like this, beyond the fact that I get to move, is that I get a paycheck. I'm still trying to figure out if my paycheck comes in monthly, what if it is like weekly or something, because it's not super clear. Last time I got stuff, I got my first paycheck like a week after I worked, which could possibly be an indication that that's how it works. But at the same time, that also fell roughly at the same time as you're supposed to get your monthly paycheck. So it's one of those, not sure. It is something I need to know, yes. And so I've actually sent an email to the company I work for, asking. How that one is. There we go. That feels a little bit better. And that one should be like that. Yes. Like I said, I needed to fix and adjust the lighting a little bit on this one. So any plans for this week, or nothing at all? Just same old, same old. I'm giving you all of the answers right away so that you don't have to. It's like the worst thing you can do when you stream, give all the answers in your question. Because that means that nobody interacts with you. And so the interaction is the important bit of the stream, because people when people come into the stream, they need to see that someone is actually interacting. Otherwise it's like, oh, this is boring. They don't know anything. Nobody is interested. And then I won't make any more viewers. No plans other than work. Chance of rainstorm tonight, tomorrow, so that's pretty exciting. Yeah, that does sound pretty exciting. We like those things, storms. Except when we have to work inside of it. Oh wait, my door is closed. Sorry, I need to fix this one. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, there you go. Normally I leave my door open, but I used to close the door all the time, and sometimes that one just slips in as a natural thing that I do. Okay, let's see. Little bit more definition, yes. We had some rain yesterday. Luckily, it was just at the end of my shift. So otherwise, that would have been bad for me. I didn't have any jackets. That's also why I sent an email to my employer today, because we ended up standing in the rain without jackets. Only steady personnel has jackets, which makes sense. They get, you know, work clothes from. It makes sense that they didn't give jackets to us from the steady employed, but my employer should. Hello, love. No, that's true indeed, and that's why I sent that mail as well. I went like, you know, it would be nice to actually have some, you know, clothing that covers rain. I got all other kinds of protection, shoes. I'm gonna let Monior answer that one himself. Chilling and grill. No, wait. Probably not grilling. Or maybe you are. I don't know. Okay, but why you no grilling though? Oh, not gonna lie, there was some ambient wishing for me there. Oops. Okay. that one works, possibly. Hello, Ontaro. How you doing? Just chilling on a Sunday. Oh, itching. Stop itching. I'm planning right now. So I'm sorry if I'm not doing anything. I'm just looking at it and going like, what the fuck do I do? So I needed to change the lighting a little bit because it was a bit all over the place. I had moved away specifically over the helmet, but also over this shoulder pad from where the light is supposed to hit from. And it's supposed to hit, and I need to go a little bit here as well, a little bit, you know, more here. But this part is really disturbing me right now. No, it's not tattoo, it's just an itch in the crook of my knee. This is a commission for Morior. So the person who ordered this is in the stream. We're gonna make this dude down here look a little bit more like Morior. But now we're focusing on this guy. You have music. Muzak is best. Hey, Chris. People are joining. Yeah, no, I kind of have, I kind of know what I'm gonna do because I have it. But the issue is actually the lighting currently, because I'm moving with the lighting here, and I have set a lighting expectation, chest and downwards here, and also partially up here, but I need to reinforce it a little bit more. But I had completely fucked up the head helmet and also this part, because it just didn't work. And yes, stripping always pays off. But the thing is, this one really bothers me. I think I need to go. I think I need to go really dark up here. Oh wait, I'm going to do this one quickly. Am I back? Yes, I am. I had to sneeze. But let's not sneeze when everyone else is scaring everyone off or on. Oh man. Okay, no, I didn't have to sneeze again. How's everyone doing? We have some newcomers into the stream right now that, you know, are not newcomers, but that just joined. How are you guys doing? How's your day? This is what I mean. This is the weird. This is the place where it was weird. It turned it weird. Let's make sure that we get to keep this one. Apparently my doggos or our doggos are burrowing. It's a thing. Okay. That feels a lot better. My children are trying to trick the dogs into by offering them treats. Yeah, that's one of those I'll whistle so that you can come in here thingy, which wasn't working up until the promise of Tritos. Gotta have the promise of Tritos, otherwise who knows where we would be. I like this one, but I'm pondering to make this one a sunken in part. Let's just try that one on a separate layer. So that would mean that I would make the inner part here darker, which will make it pop a little bit more. But I'm not sure. We'll see. Then I would need to make this one be brighter further down. And then I can put something down here instead. Maybe. Yeah, that actually has some serious value on the big screen. I'm gonna do that one. It will make it look better. Drill away, drill away. Drill, baby, drill. To quote Robin Williams. Oh yeah. Diversity on the CV is always better, yes. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick time-lapse thingy where I'm just gonna look at how I evolved this one for a short while. We're not stopping just yet. I'm just looking at it to see how things are working. It's gonna be from the stop to the, I'm gonna put it on 30 seconds. I'm gonna look at it. Loads. Sorry. Mm. Mm. It was a good call to make it big like this, though. So that's good. It was definitely a good call to change the way the gun looks as well. This is what made it weird, because I was starting to change how the lighting hit from the gun and stuff, and that's when I went, all right, no, I get it. I know what I need to do. Sort of. Stained glass. Okay. Okay, wait. That's that one. We need to move this one down to that one. Mm-hmm. So yes, okay. Um, the grinder, the glass grinder, is for stained glass stuff. I think Mod might be a bit busy right now. Either that one or I'm dipping in and out. Which could also be the case, I don't know. It does feel a little bit like I'm like I might be dipping out of the stream a little bit on occasion, like as if not everything I say gets heard. We had a couple of days of a little bit more issues with the ISP again. They're also refusing to allow me to send them an email, which is really annoying. Because I have receipts for how much they actually have let our internet connection fail. But if I call them, I don't have a trail, which means that they are free to charge me for things without me being able to say, no, wait a minute, I actually said I know that this one is going to be happening. And that's annoying. Yeah, it does. So, you know what I would want to do, because here's what's going to happen. We've had this one many times before. The ISP, the connection dips in and out, but it dips in and out relatively regularly. So we have certain moments of the day when there is a big chance that it will vanish, and there are certain moments of the day when there are less chance that it will vanish. However, if I ask for their help, they send a technician, And then the technician comes usually in the places and the times when, you know, we don't have any issues. And then the technician goes, there's nothing wrong. And then they charge me 80 euros. And I'm like, I know that it's not wrong, nothing wrong at that point. That's not the reason why I want your help. I want you to fix it so I don't have to worry about it dropping out at all, because it shouldn't. It shouldn't be dropping out. Yet it does. So I have a log. This is how many times that and it's I can send you the log later if you want me to. And it's just a couple of days, but it just indicates, because I noted any time that we had a downtime, I noted, and it's really bad. Like, it's, when you look at it, you just go like, this is far more than it should be, for, you know, for internet service. And I know that it probably is something that is an easy fix. I know that one as well. I know that they could probably fix it really, really easy if they just attach it or attack it in the right way. But as long as they don't let me send them that log, all that I have is, yeah, so it's, I don't know, it is weird, because if I look at the log, it really, there is a really big tendency for drops somewhere between 11:30 in the day and 1:30 in the day, and somewhere between there will be a 30-minute interval where the internet is basically gone. But if you, like, for instance, like I've done in the past, worked during those hours, or like Natasha, who works from home quite often, that's just time that we don't know when it will happen, when, you know, the internet will just vanish. On our phones it's even worse, because the way that phones work, and you have to have it set up like that, is that, you know, you leave your house and you go out and you're out somewhere and you have your mobile network. Well, the mobile network costs money for us. We don't have, like, you know, unlimited of that one. So I'm worried, you know, this month, based upon what, you know, how much, you know, that they charge for us and how much the internet has been gone. I'm really worried this month that we might be facing up to 100 euros extra cost, simply because their internet isn't working like it should. Because it dips out, we don't notice that one because we're on our phones, but at the end of the month we pay for those, you know, for that extra time that we were online, when, you know, and it becomes one of those, oh, you shouldn't have been online then, you know. Whereas if I choose to go out of my house and I choose to, you know, watch YouTube or whatever, you know, then, you know, that's my choice. Then I have chosen that one. But in this case, it really becomes one of those, like, what the fuck, people? So yeah. But to be able to tell them that one, I need to be able to send them the fucking file so that I can tell them this is what's happening. I also have, like, I have an in-depth description of exactly how our thingy reacts, like our what's it called? Our router / modem, because a router / modem has a specific reaction to things as well. However, so I can log into that one via my you know, my browser, you know, and I know how to do that one, so that's not a problem. And it has functions like, you know, save your you know, your error reports, because whenever I talk to them, they go like, you know, we can't see any errors here at all. But you know, if I'm logging into my router, I can see that there are errors. I can see that there are, you know, points where things haven't, you know, been working, or when there has been quote unquote attacks. And I have logs, but whenever I want to download them, I get an error message, and then I get a blank file that is one byte large. So to be able to solve that one, I had to screenshot them. But a screenshot, I can't show a screenshot on a fucking phone call. It's really bugging me, this one. Yeah, but I don't know how to raise hell because, you know, I went to their website and they don't have, you know, any form of communication via email anymore. They don't even have like a form where you can fill in and just go like, hey, here, this is what I want, and, you know, look at this stuff, and here are the files or whatever. You know, there's nothing like that. You just have to call them. And I'm like, I don't want to call you, motherfuckers. I just want to have my fucking internet fixed. For the rest, I'm good. Because they don't want the paper trail. Indeed. And this is really the thing that bugs me because, you know, I don't care. I don't care about how they fix it. I don't care about that one. And if it's something that is on my side, then absolutely, I will pay for it. But I don't want to pay for them sending a fucking technician, checking my modem or my router for 5 minutes in the house, and then charge me 80 euros because just at that moment we didn't have a dip. That's so fucking shady that I don't know what to do about it. And these ones are also, you know, one of the absolute better ones in this country. So it's not just like, you know, pick another one, because they really are one of the absolute better ones in general. It's just, I don't know. I'm just annoyed at it. Sorry, that was venting. I shouldn't be venting during stream. I'll send you just the log later. I only took it up until I think it was last weekend. I can show you. I can send you all of the stuff. That's not a problem. I'll do that one right off the stream. We're not about to stop the stream though. But I can do that one later. And take a look at it and see what you can find, because I'm really tired of this one. But yes. Yeah, it's, you know, it's not the exact time window, but it was enough. The reason why we even started to take the logs, why I started taking the logs, was because we got to the point where Anne and I both went like, having lunch together, because she's working from home, and she going like, I'll take my lunch now because internet isn't working. And then, or alternative, like, lunch is just over, and then being all frustrated because the internet is down suddenly. And then realizing that this one was something that happened so often that it just, it's not, it can't be an accident. There has to be an underlying reason for it. That's the reason why I started taking those, checks, making those logs. Patterns are a big thing to look for, yeah, indeed. But like I said, it's, if you look at it, it's a relatively big window if you look at it, because 3 hours is that's a big window, but it's 3 hours during the day, and it's roughly 3 hours during the evening, in a 24-hour span, that those things happen, and or that that there is a specifically large chance that they happen. So, I don't know. I'll send the things to you and you take a look. And you tell me that I'm not crazy. Oh wow, that was way long. Fair enough. Okay, let's see. Yes. All right. I'm gonna save and we're gonna do a time lapse. And then we shall call it a day. And then I'll see if I can send you all of the stuff. I'll just send it in Discord somewhere. Probably. All right. Time lapse time. Let me first close down the extra window. We don't need that one. Have a good evening. Thank you for joining. And I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy a long time lapse time. No, enjoy a 60-second time lapse time. Bye bye.